All right. So let's uh, let's look at what's happening in this life. Starting to pack my bags for my upcoming travel next week. I'll be back in Sydney, so just a bit of preparation. This is probably the first time in the last couple of weeks that I'm joining from the same location as the previous week, and it's time for me to conclude. So again, for everyone who's joined YouTube, welcome. I'm Samriddhi, your Cosmic Soul Whisperer, and welcome to this week's live. Today is the 29th of June 2026. Let me just switch off the fan and be back. Yeah, so now the background noise is a little bit less, I hope. So every week we come together, we review the Akashic energies of each week, and we look at the tips and ways in which we can navigate each week so that we can make the most energetically from whatever's available to us. And we can also consciously choose to be aligned with our Akash. So, we'll start off with the carry forward theme from last week and any special highlights that are coming up. And today I want to share a fascinating story. I think that, when you travel, you have so many fascinating stories that keep happening. And then, there might be a period of time when nothing much happens. So probably this is the time when a lot is happening each week for me. And I think that it is a reflection of everything that is happening in the collective. So if you're tuning into this message, most likely lots of things are happening in your life too, and it's kind of like you must be wondering where to put your focus because so much is happening at the same time. So we look at the carry forward energies from last week. I have had quite a few sessions last week, and I have quite a few scheduled for next week. I still have kept this coming week. I have kept a couple of slots available in my calendar. So hopefully, anyone who's needing a session, I hope I can be available for you. And then from next week onwards, of course, it starts getting easy. So the whole of last week, the sessions I had a very interesting theme. I've been meeting men and women who are keen on expanding their family. So that has been a theme that has been coming up. So all that Kamakya Ma, Kamakshi Devi, Kali, Goddess Kali, her energy has been bringing up a lot of creative energy. And in my sessions, it has been coming up in creation in terms of building a life. Hi, Tasmina. So lovely to see you here. So if you have been building a creative project in your life, probably that has taken the forefront this week. There's also there were also many themes around taking action at the right time and not worrying too much while you're taking that action. So that was another theme that came up generally in my sessions, where sometimes we can, we need to go from point A to point B, but we do elaborate level of planning, elaborate level of permutation combinations, probabilities, canceling all the ones, the negative probabilities, so that you can make the most of the positive situation and so forth. But the energy that we have right now is quite interesting. This energy is all about doing your best and leaving the rest. So, if you have been on a mission and you've been trying to do something, but you're worrying a lot about it, this week's energy is, kind of guiding us to do it anyway. You're on the right track. You're possibly on the right track because you've been listening to your guides. And if you're doing that, then just allow those things to happen without the extra attachment of worry with it. So if you can worry less, if you have the option to worry less, please do so. That's the message from the guides. Now, I wanted to share something quite fascinating. I'm in my hometown at the moment, so it's Bangalore in the south of India, also known as the IT city. And I forgot that when I was a little girl and I used to go to school and all of that, we used to call it the Garden City of India because it's got so many gardens. It's so green. It's luscious everywhere. It's just really, really beautiful old trees on the sides of every road. So I'd forgotten about that. And I visited Bangalore a couple of times over the last few years. But this time I was noticing things that I had not noticed before. And one of the things was as soon as you step on the road, I started riding my two-wheelers and things like that here. So I got to see a lot of the road. And so when I was watching the roads, almost every road is like a canopy of trees. And, I just, now what I do is I pause to appreciate that, because there's just so much beauty in what I, consider to be very normal at some point in my life. Now, when I come back and I watch it, I witness it, it makes me feel like, wow, when I was living here, I didn't appreciate it that much, but I didn't even think about it that much. Maybe I did appreciate it, and because I was very happy to be here, but I have started to appreciate the beauty of things from my past even more now. So if this message is somehow striking a chord with you, it's possible that there was something in your life too that you really appreciated, or you enjoyed it and kind of knew it was always going to be a part of your life. But now that you're in a different stage, there is an opportunity for you to look at that with a fresh pair of eyes, and appreciate what you had and what you have now. It could be a place, it could be an old friendship, it could be an old relationship with an object. Some memories may come up and bring you some sweetness from it, a sweet nostalgic feeling. The other thing that happened was, as I was traveling, I wanted to visit some really really ancient temples within Bangalore, because I didn't want to travel anymore outside the city. I just wanted to be here and see what was there. So my brother and I, we went to this area called Malleshwaram. So all of you who are who know Bangalore and who know its locations, you know the location I'm talking about. And there's a particular road. It's called a Temple Street. No, it's called Temple Road, and many ancient temples are there on that street. So it's a really beautiful place. And my brother took me to this one, and he said this is actually a new excavation. A couple of years ago, there was a builder, and he wanted to build an apartment. He bought this plot of land, and then he started digging this land to build his foundations for the building. And when he started to build foundations, he suddenly, his workers suddenly came across a statue. This was a statue of a bull. And he was carved in a way that was, that we call Nandi in traditional Hindu gods and goddess nomenclature. So Nandi, the name of this bull, is always, if you find a Nandi, that means you'll always find Shiva, or a statue of a Shiva, or a Shivling, which is like a rounded stone that we pray to and remember Shiva. So when they found that Nandi, it was fascinating. So they started cleaning up this Nandi, the black statue of a bull. And as they started cleaning it up, and once the cleaning was complete, it's a fascinating story. You can check it online as well, and I'll leave some links for you in my stories and in other places on Instagram. Um, this There was a fresh stream of water started flowing through the mouth of Nandi. So they don't want to break the statue or impact it in any way, and so it was quite difficult to find out where this is coming from. So, for a long period of time, this has been a mystery. People don't know where this Nandi comes from, and so where the water comes from that comes through the mouth of this Nandi. And now what they've done is they've put a shivling below it, because it's a sacred practice that when you have a shivling, which is a stone body, consecrated stone body, dedicated to Lord Shiva, the one that is eternal, the one that is nothingness, and through nothingness everything comes. So he's the one that is before life and after life. So that kind of energy. So there is a shivling underneath. So the water keeps flowing through the mouth of Nandi, and it keeps flowing on the shivling. That's one of the way to pay your respect to a shivling, to pour water on it. So it was such a beautiful temple, and it was enclosed with a step well. And they put some three or four big turtles, like medium-sized turtles in it. And there were also fishes, and there was chanting going on in the background. And of course, for a while cameras were not allowed, but then suddenly they said yes, cameras are allowed. So Sayu, welcome. So I got the chance to take a video with permission. So I'll mix it up with a bit of chanting and like language, whatever comes through, to create some medicine for all of us from that temple. So the place felt very sacred. Again, it was a similar theme that something from your past has come in. You may not have appreciated it in the past, but now it's become a highlight. So just going with the theme, I think my phone's battery is running out. So what I'm going to do is, if you could stay with me here on live, I'm quickly going to plug in this phone so that we can continue. So I'll continue to see you on Instagram. I'll be back on YouTube in a sec. So during this practice, this overall theme is coming up, because even if you look at the story of this building. Sorry about that. I think my live has disconnected on Instagram because of the battery. So, um, but I'm just getting and plugging it as soon as possible so that we can continue. I love traveling. The only thing I don't particularly like about traveling is the uncertainty of technology, things that work, things that don't work. So, my apologies for that little glitch, especially if you were on Instagram. So, as we continue this story, notice what's happening in your world. Are you finding an opportunity to appreciate something that has always been there, but now you notice it, and now you get a chance to appreciate everything that it has done for you? So, as this continues, I also want to tune in and bring through the energies of this coming week. Tomorrow is a full moon, and full moon always brings up such beautiful messages, such beautiful energy. It also brings up stuff that has been underneath, but now you find that it is illuminating the bright parts and the dark parts, the shadow parts. So, what is coming up for you? Is it bringing up a lot of energy around your shadow, or is this full moon illuminating the parts that are really beautiful and bright for you and making them shine even more? What I generally find is, while you're on the initial parts of your soul journey, and we don't know what is the initial part or initial part of your soul cycle. So if you've been in a cycle where, let me see if I can go live from my laptop on YouTube. I don't think Instagram. I don't think I can because my camera is being used here. So apologies. I switched on, but it's going to take some time. So I'll continue on YouTube here. So if there are any parts that are coming up for you that are old, but you're getting a fresh perspective on it, when you're going searching for something else, suddenly you find something else. Like I always find so many hair clips, hair bands when I'm searching for something else completely. So that's kind of the energy of this week. Things may come up that you didn't expect to find during your search for something else. And it could be very physical in this way, but it could also be philosophical, where you thought you were calling this person or applying for this opportunity or traveling for a certain reason, but something else surprises you pleasantly and comes up for you. So that's kind of the energy coming up. Everyone who's joined on the channels that are available, could you, if, please feel free to share with me what is coming up for you, and what has this week bringing up? What has this week been bringing up for you? So I'll wait for your chats. While I'm waiting for your chats, I'm also eagerly waiting to charge my phone enough so that I can go get back on Instagram Live. And during this time, I also want to quickly tune into the Collective Akashic message. So as we tune into the Collective Akashic message, I'll see if I can still join Instagram. One of the things that's quite interesting is I'm seeing a lot of old, old ancient spiritual ritual energy coming up as well. That was another theme. There were so many rituals that my family follows or my ancestors have followed, which I have no idea about. And suddenly those things are starting to be revealed to me. There's also another energy that has come up, and that has been around energy protection. So I have found that the our beautiful house help. She is a family member. She's kind of like a sister to me. So she does something with 6 chilies, and she puts some yellow mustard and salt, and she does this energy cleansing technique. And as she was doing this energy cleansing technique, she was like, "Oh my God, you have picked up a lot of energy that needs to be cleaned in your aura." And I was like, "Please clean it for me." And she did that. And then, just as an experiment, what I did was I tried to do some energy cleansing for my mother, my brother, and then I sent them to her to see if our methods are compatible. I used my method of calling in my sacred herbs. So I call in the white sage. I use white sage. I use mugwort. I use hyssop a little bit, and I use rue. And through all of these, I burn them with camphor, and then I clear the energy. And as it comes up, I also bring through some messages. So it has been very beautiful and meaningful for my loved ones as I've been doing that. And then as I continue to do that, it has been, when I sent them to my household help and sister and heart sister, she found that they did not have any negative energy anymore. So I was like, okay, that means my technique is compatible with other traditional techniques as well. So I'll highly recommend what I do. It feels simple and meaningful to me, and that's the reason why I would recommend that. So what I did was I took a couple of these herbs. If you have incense at home, just even simply take an incense stick. Herbs generally do have their intelligence, so they do assist us in a way. So I would recommend that. But if you don't have them, please don't worry. Some kind of a smoky, sacred energy that you can burn, that would be wonderful. I don't think scented candles will work for that purpose. Something like an incense would really help. And just simply work through the energy or the aura. If you're doing it for yourself, just work through your energy and aura with intention, and then just allow whatever needs to arise, and surrender it to the highest good. Surrender it to that part of creation where it can be transmuted. It doesn't go back to anybody, it doesn't do anything else, it just gets sent back straight to source, where it can be created, uncreated, and all those other wonderful things can happen. So it's just the simplicity of this method. I was guided by my guides to be able to do that, because that genuinely creates such a sacred and simple way to clear our energy. And it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody has done like energetic interruption on you. It could simply mean that just as we shower and keep our bodies clean physically, we also need to do the same thing for our minds. So I'm back on Instagram if anybody wants to join there. And my phone is on charge. um, so that's another part. So if you feel like you want to do an energetic cleansing on yourself or your loved ones, feel free to do that. I'll put the names of the herbs in the description of this YouTube video as well, in case you'd like to use my method. So welcome everyone who's joining live. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tune in to the collective Akash for this week, and let's see what vision comes up, and let's see where it takes us this week. What guidance are we getting? And then I'll also bring through some light language activation to assist us with navigating through the energies of this week. So welcome Matthew, and welcome. I I'm not able to read your name here. Maybe there's an interface issue, but I know who you are. Very welcome to this live. So as I tune in, if you have the opportunity to even sit back and close your eyes for a few minutes, I would welcome you into this little meditative journey. And if it doesn't feel like you can do that, you can simply listen to the channeled messages, and you can always go back to the replay on YouTube. So as I tune into the collective Akash, if you can, if you will, headphones on, and just tuning into your breath, allow yourself to be anchored in the space and time with the intention of being in love, surrender, and being held and protected by the collective guides and your own personal guides. I'm also asking Archangel Michael and Hanumanji to come in and hold this space for us. For those of you who find this energy new, Hanumanji is the great protector, the great devotee, and one very, very powerful being with a monkey face and a human body. So he is the greatest protector of all. So, bringing in these energies as we tune in, allow yourself to rest in a place where the Akashic visions can flow. As you are in your own white light bubble, we're also connected in the collective bubble where your individual energies only contribute to the collective energy through your highest good. So, Sukhjit, welcome. So, as we tune in, I'm starting to see a waterfall. And this waterfall is like in a very hidden place in the forest. In this hidden place in the forest, as this water is flowing, it starts to expand its stream. So it's a very thin stream in the beginning and it starts to expand. Hi, Nicole. So lovely to see you here on YouTube. So as this energy begins to expand, this thin stream starts to become thicker and thicker and thicker until it becomes like a really strong waterfall. And within this waterfall, I'm seeing a couple of people coming to take a shower, to enjoy this beautiful miracle of nature. And there's a lot of beauty and excitement. So within this Akashic vision, as this continues to happen, I'm seeing that many people who are standing around this waterfall jump into the water that has accumulated, almost creating like a pond. And everyone is swimming into this water, and there's a lot of joy. There are children who are laughing, and their giggles are really energizing this environment. And within that, now I see this eagle so often these days. So this eagle is stepping in, and it just puts a dropping. It puts a dropping on somebody who was just contemplating whether to go into water or not. And now this protagonist, which in this journey, in this vision, see yourself as the protagonist. So this protagonist, or you've got this dropping from the eagle. And so you were kind of iffy about whether to go into water and take this bath or not. And now because of this, you're really stepping into water to cleanse yourself. And this cleansing, it feels like, things that you're doubtful about, nature will find its way to set the direction for you. And there may be some minor inconvenience if you see it that way, but it could also be funny, or it could also be very interesting to be able to surrender to life in that way. So because I don't think getting a dropping from a bird is a very tragic moment, so it could be slightly humorous and slightly redirecting your life and priorities in that way. So as this continues to happen, I'm seeing that there is a lot of cleansing at a deep level. It's cleansing the lungs region. So if you've been having trouble breathing, or if you've had a very anxious breathing pattern, or you've been holding a lot of past pain or worry, or some kind of anxiety that doesn't allow you to breathe fully, this is the time when that cleansing is taking place. So, as you continue to clean, welcome everyone who's joining. You're so welcome in this collective space where we're looking at Akashic messages for the week. And as this continues to happen, I'm now finally seeing that there is a beautiful enclosure of mountains cut into half, almost creating like one circular space between many multiple mountains. And this circular space is kind of like a place that is connected as a fortress through things around. Hi, Sayu. So within this fortress, now I see there is a lot of focus on food. So I'm now seeing that there is different kinds of recipes that were that this being was used to having when they were a child, and this provided comfort. So whenever I see food in a dream setting or a vision setting, it always tells me about soul level nourishment. Sometimes it could have something to do physically with food too, but primarily this is about soul level nourishment and allowing yourself to do things that nourish your soul. And you're so safe and protected as you do that this week, because you're surrounded by nature and the apus. Apus are spirits of the mountains that are coming in this vision as being surrounding you, but also keeping the circle, safe circle for you where you can move and breathe. It's not a very tightly protected space. It's a protected space where you can move around a little bit. So it doesn't feel like you're completely blocked out or enclosed. So at the end of this vision, I'm seeing many archetypes are stepping in. I still see Kamakya Devi, the divine mother goddess in the form after Kali, where she becomes the one to support creation and divine union. So that energy is still there. It feels like it has continued like a theme till the end of this month. So really love that for everyone who's looking for love, who's looking at deepening the love that they have, whether romantic, friendship, or even the relationship with yourself. So, people who are in a relationship, this could be love for your partner, and people who are in a relationship with yourself. First, it's always a relationship with ourselves and then with others, right? So, this message can be for yourself and for people in your life, and it's deepening and sweetening that journey. Now, I also was shown a fascinating story on TV yesterday. We were randomly surfing the different things we could watch on YouTube, and my brother put this up. It was a beautiful story of Varah Varah Dev. So I'm still learning many things, and as I'm learning, I'm sharing with you all. So it's kind of like a boar, the head of a boar, and body of a human. Now the story goes that there was once a time when there was so much injustice happening on Earth that in this story, there was a demon. There were two brothers, demon brothers that were born, and one died. The other one was still alive and still causing wreaking havoc in people's life in the kingdom, or in the story on the whole planet. During that time, Bhumima, or Mother Earth, was suffering a lot, and she pleaded and cried in pain as a celestial ascended master, as a being herself who can continue to pray and bring through her own inspiration in her own spiritual journey. She called all the gods and goddesses that are there. That take care of her. So the all the gods and goddesses that find earth in their care, she called them all, and then they created, by giving an aspect of their soul spark, they created one being, and this one combined being, hi Dakshi, this one combined being became Varah Dev. And Varadev was this mighty, powerful protector energy that kind of got rid of all the troublemakers that were disturbing the peace of Bhumima, or Mother Earth. So, on a larger scale of things, this vision is also coming in, and Varadev is here. This is happening at many levels. So, the creation is so beautiful, and in the Akashic records, the way I see it is everything has a correspondence in many multiple levels and layers, in infinite layers, if I may say so. And within that, if there's something that has happened for you in your life, in your individuated life personally, it's probably something that's also happening in the collective. So within this vision, what they're showing me is Bharat Dev is stepping in, and there may be something that you feel is unsurmountable, something that cannot be addressed. You've tried your best, you've done everything you can, but now there's nothing more you can do except worry. And this is the place where Bharat Dev is coming in, and he and his divine feminine aspect is the Varahi Devi aspect that had come in, I think, 2 months ago in one of our journeys here. So Varahi Devi is coming this week to assist, and it feels like for many people, this full moon energy is bringing up a lot of shadow to be worked on. And as the shadows come up, things that may feel unsurmountable or extremely challenging, this energy as a guide, as an ascended master, as an energy to support you at the soul level, is coming to clear and transmute and support you. And the presence of this being, when I experienced it, it felt very, very profoundly safe. Being safe around a very calm, balanced, and strong person. That kind of energy. So that energy is coming up this week. So that's the whole vision, the Akashic vision for this week. I'll just bring that together in a snippet. Now, bringing it together is this journey where I've forgotten now. All right. So when we started, where did we start? So okay, I have to go back in the recording. But within this journey, there is all this energy about waterfalls, this thin stream becoming thicker, and once this stream becomes really strong, there's a feeling that I want to jump into the water and cleanse myself and purify myself. So if you follow the easy path, then you might get an opportunity to go to a sacred site. You might get an opportunity to speak with somebody that calms you down, that makes you happy, somebody who's healthy for your soul journey. So allow that to happen. Be open to it, and it can come in a way that is even surprising to you. But if you don't listen to that call, the vision showed me that there's a dropping from an eagle. So an eagle is this Horus energy, the ancient energy from Egypt, which was the this Horus energy, or this King Horus in ancient Atlantean times. That whole family moved to Egypt after Atlantis and the destruction of Atlantis. So they still carry the codes of that ancient version of the earth. So when this energy, Horus energy, comes in, it's bringing a new tide, bringing a new wave, and creating a new era for life. It's kind of like initiation of a new phase. So that energy, and that's why when the eagle put its dropping on you, it's kind of like that. There's a gentle invitation from the universe for you to accept the calling and to go with the calling. And so through one reason or another, one excuse or another, it's allowing you to go down into the waters and cleanse yourself. As you're cleansing yourself, you begin to be connected with the mountain energy, spirit of the mountains. So a mountain may come up for you in your mind. It's probably been some time that you've been to this mountain. So either you physically go there, or you just simply think about it and allow that energy, the spirit of that mountain, to come and connect and be with you. And that will provide you the protection and the ease and the flow that you may have not expected. I can talk about the Apu, spirit of the mountains, and how mighty and how beautiful they are, and how they have actually really assisted me on my soul journey and on my pilgrimages in different places. And that could probably be another call of its own. So allow yourself to have your own personal experiences with the spirit of the mountains, if you will, and if that feels aligned for you. And within that, there is this protection energy, there's this clarity energy, there is this safe energy, that energy that you feel around safe people, people who can hold your emotions, people who can listen to you without judgment, and people who can still give you clarity and direction without disrespecting you, or showing they're better than you, or anything else that's petty, that doesn't suit what you need in that moment. So allow yourself to be surrounded by those kind of people this week. And the message also is, you'll naturally feel that way with the spirit of the mountains if you connect with them. And their energy is coming through like language activation for us today. So I'm bringing in the spirit of the eagles, and spirit of Horus. I'm also bringing in the energy of these mountains and the spirit of the mountains, the Apus, as they are known in the Andean tradition. And then there's also this beautiful energy around taking the next phase of your life in faith. So, and feeling protected, guided, nurtured by Kali Devi, Kamakhyama, and the Varah Dev. So, Varah Dev is the one that creates miraculous ascensions and transformations. You just call upon this energy because he's an aspect of you in all your versions in the higher self. Because all the gods and goddesses that we see or experience in our living 3D reality are nothing but other aspects of your infinite creation. So it's, in a fifth dimensional consciousness where we're all one, in the fifth dimensional consciousness where we are all one, this energy is just another aspect of you, a higher and a different perspective and aspect of you. So just calling in all of those versions this week. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring through some light language activation. And I feel like there is a lot of focus on the heart. There's a focus on the backbone and spine. And there's also a focus on your eyesight this week. So it could be your physical vision and the vision for long-term thinking, the vision for your long-term future self, and moving along with that. So as I bring through this energy, this was mildly meditative. That if you had kept your eyes closed, you can open them now, and I'll bring through some light language activations. You can listen to it from your heart. This is the language of the soul. So the vibrations are the ones that assist with shifting out and shifting in the energy. So some energies need to be shifted out from, and your soul wanted an opening for it, and other energies want to balance, and some want to be upgraded. So all of that is coming in. Today is more integration energy, higher Aparna, and less upgrade energy. So, if we constantly keep upgrading ourselves, then we don't have time to actually sit with the upgrades that we have already had, enjoy, reap their benefits, and allow our nervous system, especially, to accommodate that and live with it. That's why integration is, if not more, as important as upgrades. So that energy is coming through. So I'm bringing through some light language now. Alana sarashi kana sutuku rasi asha asaralana sa. There's some song coming through. Ayala hiana hiasa yasa hila. Ahe hoe na e hoe yasa. Ancient Egyptian codes from Horus. The last part felt a little bit off tune, but it's also happening that there's some shifting around your throat chakra. And if you've been feeling that you can't express yourself clearly, this channeling allows for that to come through. And now this beautiful protective energy from Kamakya Devi, from Archangel Michael, Hanuman, and Varah Dev, they're all coming through to assist you in boosting your confidence, in letting you know that you can set yourself free, you can be strong, and you can feel guided and protected without feeling afraid. Hi, Zach. Oh, yeah, now I can see your name. Thank you so much. I'm just saying, yes, I feel rest in nature and trust that the next chapter will unfold for only what we need. That's just absolutely lovely. Because yeah, and I love the way you surrender. Sometimes when we interact with people who are in absolute surrender, and there's that grace and elegance about their healing process as well. So thank you, Zach, for introducing me to that, or allowing me to witness that in what you're sharing here. Anasala Shunokuru Tunesha Anasa. There's also a lot of Pleiadian energy and Lemurian energy this week. Yana Shuruno Solono Shi Atarasi Anashi Anasala Shi Nasaraka Shukuduruno Shuka. So Pleiadians are actually assisting us with using technology with consciousness. So if you're using your phone and you just throw it around, or if you're using some kind of technology, your laptop, and you don't particularly look at it for servicing it or cleaning the dust of it, things like that, the Pleiadians are asking you to make it more conscious and acknowledge that the technology that you're using, whether it is physical or mental technology, it all needs to be appreciated from time to time. It has its own consciousness. Anasala Shanukuru Anatuku. And that allows you to be able to see what is hidden, what was old and hidden, and so that you can face it now and appreciate it more, so that it can assist you on your journey. So that's that little tidbit that for which the Pleiadians came in, and now they've stepped back. And I'm also seeing that there's a lot of calmness this week coming in. So you may find yourself to be introspective, retrospective, but in a very appreciative way. So I think it's really nice. It's kind of what they're showing me is like you're looking at an old family photo album and or some old pictures of yourself and the places you've been, and you can't help but smile at all the beautiful experiences that you had and you've even forgotten about. So that's kind of the energy coming in this week as well. So, with all of that, there is so much love in this collective, and I welcome all those who are here live and those who are walking through with me or walking along with me on YouTube replays. You can feel free to share in comments. How your week feels for you. Maybe a work or a sentence. You could also share with me which part of this message actually resonated with you, so I know that that was the message for you. Because sometimes when messages come through for me, I wonder who is it for, because it feels a little bit out of context or random for me. I've not thought about it, but because you have brought in that energy in the collective, it actually comes up for you. So I always love to know that. And with that, I'm going to wait for all the comments, and of course I read all comments, and I love to respond to every little comment that you share on YouTube, or when you DM me on Instagram. I try my best to connect as soon as possible. Sometimes I delay it, but I always respond to everything. So I'm just so grateful that we get to do this every week and consciously connect with the energies of this week, so of every week, and align ourselves with the collective Akash. This is such an incredible work that you're doing for yourself, this commitment to yourself to actually come in and listen to light language activations, come in and listen to some channeled messages so that it can support and feed your soul. So I really appreciate you for doing that for yourself, and also coming and joining me on this journey and choosing me to walk alongside you. I feel like we're all journeying through this together, and doing this together just allows the collective to feel like, okay, this is where the energy is flowing, so let's flow more blessings and energy here. And I believe that when we do this together, we are greatly and deeply blessed. So thank you so much for everyone who has joined. I really, really deeply appreciate your commitment and for tuning in every week, whether you join live or you watch this later. I really appreciate that you do that for yourself, and we make this lovely community here. And I'm reading some comments here. My beautiful sister, my beautiful sister from Jaipur has sent that message. And then I'm seeing Sayu saying, Saisha, my beautiful goddaughter. She says, I hope you find those people who are sensitive to listening to accompany me. Oh, thank you so much. And it's always just the right souls that come through all the time. It's always going to be perfect for you and for me, as long as we continue to keep listening to our hearts and working together. So I'm going to do a group Akashic meditation on the 3rd of July. So if you are interested, I'll leave the link in the description. This is something that I do every month, but this month the theme is very special. I'm bringing in the energies of the cosmic womb, because I was in the greatest, most powerful Kali temple in the whole world. I was in Kamakhya Devi temple in Assam, in Guwahati, and I brought through a lot of codes, energies, storylines, song lines from there to assist us on our journey of creation, uncreation, integration, and nurturing. So join me there if you would like. I'll leave the links here in the description. And I'm sending you so much love, and I look forward to continue to share my stories with you as I continue my travels until I reach back in Sydney. So much love, and I will see you next week. So I'll conclude the YouTube video first, and then I'll switch off the Instagram one. Bye bye.